I would like to walk you guys through the technical implementation and then the infrastructure, what we used in order to achieve this, whatever John just explained, the end-to-end automation without any human intervention effort when processing the whole bun claims messages. We have designed an end-to-end solution, basically using technologies like robotics and AI next to the ADEPT functionality, because the whole project is centered around ADEPT, which is the tool to convert the PDF documents. But then this ADEPT API calls, I call it, this is automatically converting the documents into an e-messages and then eventually loading them into our booking system so that it can be booked. And in our booking systems, like Ozan explained earlier, we have a huge investments into our booking systems to allow the straight-through processing, and we leverage that functionality also in this case. So how did we really decouple these things into various steps and plotting those technological elements into the various process steps and in the end realize the overall benefit? So as you know, these are the emails which are non-standard or non-e-capable invoices, which typically arrives in a generic mailbox in terms of an email. So we have a generic email box where our brokers or cedents sending those invoices. It can be a claim advice or account statement. And we hooked up an AI machine learning algorithm to those mailboxes to analyze the incoming emails and identify specific to this particular use case, whole bun claims advices, and then forward them into a dedicated mailbox. And there, the email routing function is being handled by the AI module, which analyzing the incoming mails from the generic mailbox. And once the mail is routed to the specific mailbox, we will then deploy the second stage AI module, which identify the statements by scanning through the documents attached through that email. This email usually can contain the actual invoice, claim invoice, but at the same time, it can also contain various other supporting documents like the bordereau or even the appraiser or cedent documents. It can be various documents. So it is required to identify, looking at all the document, which is the claim invoice and who is the broker sending, and also the type of template that need to be originated on an API call. So when you are firing an ADEPT API call, it is important to find out the right template and then send the template, upload the PDF document so that the template configuration gets affected and read all the elements in that invoice and map it to the specific Accord GRLC standards. And to do that, we use this AI functionality and it deliver the job to find out the exact statement and template configuration and fire the API call using RPA solution, robotic solution. And once the API call is fired, then the PDF document is loaded to the ADEPT engine. And from there, ADEPT engine will convert the document into an Accord GRLC message. And once the message is generated by ADEPT engine, there is a verification process whether it is up to the standards or not. And once this verification is done, the message then will be loaded into our booking systems. That is Omega or e-processing, we call it, in other words. So there is a gateway which will handle the incoming volumes, and these messages are processed by our gateway and then eventually load them into our booking system. And like we said, in our booking system, the application has built up with various controls and balances and checks, which ensures that if the message is qualified, then it will be straight through booked. So in other words, straight through processing is guaranteed. So if you see the end-to-end process from receiving the email into our generic mailbox and identifying the statement to be converted, and along with attaching these supporting documents and then sending it to ADEPT for conversion. And at the same time, once the message is converted and mapped to Accord GRLC standards, the verification process to check the message integrity and then load it into our booking system. And once the message is loaded into our booking system and our booking system is capable of handling the Accord GRLC standard messages and qualify them. If they are qualified, then do the straight through processing without any human intervention, and eventually making sure that all the documentary evidences are logged into our document store, which is DMS. So end to end, without any human intervention, it can happen that you receive an email and it gets converted, loaded into the booking system, and then booked, and the process is taken care. So as you can see, various components in the technological aspect, we put it in a sequence so that it delivers the job. And it really worked out well. Like John explained previously, our Outlook is a pipeline is totally filled. So we are now working with the second set of brokers, not just the claim message, but also on the technical accounting side, and eventually looking for more benefits to handle the unprocessed or unstructured data, which is coming in terms of standard PDF documents. With this, I'll hand over back to Irene.